Welcome in, everybody. This is game number 2 of our doubleheader. Concordia winning the first game 6-4. Bear with me as I get the lineups down. That's a second pitch that's hit into left field. Tracking that down will be Justice Tussing. We're going to have a leadoff double here. That was Van Aker. He'll be playing second base here for the Cards. That brings up Ethan Vosberg. Vosberg with a man at second. On deck is Blaine Milham. Lights coming on here at the World Baseball Academy. With the 1-0 count. On the bump for St. Francis, Matt Baker, a junior pitcher, 5'10", 185 from Monroe, Indiana, Adams Central High School. One and one is our count. Two and one. The catcher is Cole Southworth, number 6. Three one now. All right, so give me folks. Okay, so we got runners at first and second. Now your batter is Blaine Milheim, the center fielder. We had a leadoff double by Van Aker. Ethan Vosberg at first base now after the walk. 0-1 your count. Baker, the righty. Once again, just a junior at 5'10", 185. We're evened up at 1 apiece. Tanner Gaff getting the start at third base here in game number 2 for the Cougs. Justice Tussing in left field. And in right field, we have Jack Harris. Your defensive changes here in game number 2. Catching is Jacob Nagy. 2-1 your count here to Milheim.
Hey, let's go, Bake. One out, 10.
He was 3 for 4 in game number 1 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs while playing center field. That ball's hit right over the head of David Snyder. Be picked up by Tussing. 1 run's going to score on the RBI double.
Go on! You're the center fielder! That's a split!
By Blaine
Know the
Milheim.
game! God damn it, we split the runners! Stupid baseball. Alright, go Matty Bates. Alright. Clean it up. Here you go, Matty, recenter. Here you go, kid.
That's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, Jordan Sherman. Once again, DH, and he DH'd in the first game. He's just a freshman.
We need somebody on the scoreboard who didn't do it last game.
That first pitch will be a ball. Sherman was 1 for 3 with an RBI and a strikeout in game number 1.
Hey now, just a strike. This got to be a touchdown.
That pitch will miss outside. 3-0's the count. Infield is in on the edge of the grass. Artificial grass here. With runners at second and third. Sherman draws the walk. Bases are loaded with no outs. Second walk of the game for Baker. It's going to bring up Preston Sherman. Preston was 1 for 4 in game number 1. It's just not on right now. Thank you. So once again, it's Preston Sherman, number 7, coming to the plate. Baker working off the left side of the rubber on the bump. Bases are loaded full of Cardinals. That first pitch falls in for ball 1. Heading into today's game, Matt Baker, a 1.8 ERA. In 2 games played, he started 1, has 5 innings pitched, given up 3 hits, 1 run that earned 4 walks and 6 strikeouts for Baker. So a good start to the season. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. What'd you say? Says it hasn't started yet. So the 1-1 here to the junior, Preston Sherman. A very veteran lineup here for Concordia, mostly juniors and seniors. But Jordan Sherman, who just walked, is a freshman. 2-1's your count. That's going to miss low and inside. 3-1 now with bases loaded. Talking to David Snyder in between games. Says it's really hard out there fielding the ball. Not so much fielding it, but with that bare hand, corralling it and getting it out of the glove. 'Cause that's going to walk home a run. Ethan Vosberg will score on the base on balls. That brings up Chris Lowe, the shortstop.
Hey, Matt, you're good. You're good. Middle one. Watch the confidence. Here we go. Come on up, babe. Here we go, Matt.
Lowe was 1 for 3 in game number 1.
Come on, man. Minimize, baby. Come on, here we go.
Concordia as a team, I believe they finished with 3 errors. That one's hit right at Tussing. He'll catch it. Tagging up, coming home to score will be Milheim for the 3rd run on the sacrifice fly.
Come back!
Come on, baby.
For the first out of the game. It's a sac fly by Chris Lowe. That'll bring up Maxwell Heck. Heck did pinch run in game number 1. He's only a freshman. Here getting the start in game number 2. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Cougars currently down 3-0.
Come on out, babe. Hey, roll. One pitch away, Manny, babe.
Folks, game number 2 is live and in progress on the Game Changer app for live stats. That one, a lazy fly ball into left field. That drops perfectly. And the runner is going to be safe. That's Preston Sherman at 3rd. Coming home to score was Jordan Sherman on the RBI double by Maxwell Heck. So Concordia making the most of their opportunities here to start this game. Just 1 out, 4-0 your score. For Cole Southworth, getting the start here in game number 2. Takes that first pitch for a ball. Southworth at .286 batting average entering today. 2 hits, 1 run scored, and 7 at-bats with a home run on the season. R.J. Bortle is the other Cardinal with a home run along with Blaine Milheim. Two O's your count.
Hey, gut shot now, not just a strike. You want something to get both of them with now. Go now. Oh, good cut. Good cut, big dog.
So that's going to be fouled out of play, 2-1.
Oh, boy.
We do have 1 out, no matter what the scoreboard says. That was Chris Lowe's fly ball to left field. Pitch catches inside for strike 2. 2-2 the count to Cole Southworth. Catching today. Cole's a junior, 5'10", 210. That ball is drilled into center. Frymuth camping out underneath it. Tag from third base, and coming home to score will be Preston Sherman on the sac fly by Cole Southworth. 2 outs brings up the number 9 hitter, Matt Body, left fielder. Body is actually wearing 72 here in game number 2, as he made a dive for a ball in game number 1 and got soaked. Cardinals 5 runs on 3 hits here in the top of the first. Once again, do apologize about the flickering. I've tried multiple cables and cameras. Something about this location, though. We don't have a problem anywhere else in the city of Fort Wayne, at least any other place that I've tried. But we do on this field.
Hey, straighten it out, man. Go, kid.
0-2 the count with 2 outs to Body. Body was 1 for 2 with a run scored, a walk and a strikeout. So that's going to get away from Gaff. And another run comes home to score for Concordia.
Hey, don't give up a bat, boss. Go now.
Maxwell Heck. Oh, 2 the count to Body with 2 outs. Bases empty.
Come on now, babe.
I'm not. Right here.
1-2 now the count.
Come back.
Hey, baby. All right, we got to get in here. Let's swing the bat.
So Baker catches him looking for out number 3, his first strikeout of the game. Still, though, the damage is done. Concordia getting 6 runs on 3 hits, 1 error by St. Francis. We'll be right back.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores!
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome back here in the bottom of the first. We got a soft outfield here, thawing and puddling up. On the bump, it's number 21, Grant Steinborn.
Let's go, Brady.
Brady Harris to start it off for St. Francis.
Let's go, Brady. Come on, Terrell. Let's go, kid. Start off, kid.
Uh-oh, that'll work.
That first pitch is drilled into left center field. That will be caught. But the center fielder, number 0, Blaine Milheim.
Good play. Hey, start it out, baby. Let's go.
Steinborn with a 0 ERA in 10 innings pitched. He's given up 10 hits, 5 runs, 0 earned runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts for Grant Steinborn, who did get the start in game number 1. Batter now is David Snyder. Snyder 1 for 3 in game number 1 with a run scored. Snyder doing a good job of waiting back on that off-speed pitch. That's drilled all the way to the fence. Snyder's going to round second, and he will hold up for a 1-out double. And it looks like he rolled his ankle there in this cold weather. He's going to have that popped into place. We're going to take a break.
Sports medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education, but also the experience.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today.
Okay, folks, we are back. David Snyder brought back here to the dugout. And out to pinch run, Vincent Manson, sophomore from Bloomington, Indiana, transfer from William Penn University. Snyder with the double here on with one out. Your batter's Tyler Prince.
Come on, babe. Go on, 2-3.
First pitch down low for ball one. We just hope. Looks like a rolled ankle on the right leg for Snyder. On this chilly Friday night. 2-0 now the count to Prince.
Let's go 2-3. Come on, babe.
Prince 2 for 4 with a run and 2 RBI in game number 1. Did have the one strikeout. So check that pitch for strike 1. 2-1 your count with one out.
Watch him get nonchalant behind the plate.
Let's go, Ty. Come on, babe.
That one fouled off against the fence, so 2-2 now the count. Again, the pitcher, Grant Steinborn, number 21. He is a junior out of Flushing, Michigan. Steinborn was 2 for 3 with 2 RBI and a walk and a strikeout in game number 1 at the plate. Ball hit right at low. I'll hold Manson at second for out number 2. Two outs, your batter is number 4, Harold Wolf. Wolf 1 for 3 in game number 1 with an RBI and a walk. 1-0 is the count.
Come on, forward.
Steinborn, a lefty, 6'2", 210 pounds.
Come on, Phil. Let's go, kid. Come on, Harold.
With the 2-0 count to Wolf. Pinch runner, Vincent Manson, sophomore pitcher, 6'4", 175 pounds, went to Brown. 175 pounds, went to Brown County High School.
Calm down. Harold Wolf.
That one catches the outside corner for strike 1. 2-1's a count.
Come on, Harry, let's go, baby.
I'm now, Harold. I'm now. Harold.
Again, that's Manson at second. 2 outs here for the Cougs. Bottom of the first. It's a ball in the dirt. Wolf batting in the cleanup spot, batted in the 5th spot in game number 1. Batting cleanup in game number 1 was Noah Frymuth. He's now batting in the 5 spot.
Come on, kid. Let's go for it. Come on, baby. No. Two on the right.
So Wolf draws the walk. Brings to the plate Noah Fryman.
Go do that thing you do with the hits.
Come on, Fry.
Frymuth 0-4 at the plate with the strikeout.
Come now, try.
In game 1. David Snyder getting his ankle wrapped. We'll see if he can get back out there, play defense in the field. Oh, 1 to Frymuth. That ball popped right up to Heck, the first baseman, for out number 3. We'll head to the top of the second. Concordia up 6-0.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team.
I mean, I always had my family behind me, I always had my team behind me, but to have staff that wanted the best for me and to get me feeling better the quickest was really reassuring.
Parkview Sports Medicine.
Welcome back, everyone. Looks like the camera's getting much, much worse. Leading off here is Van Aker, the leadoff hitter. Van Aker will take that first pitch for a strike. Cougars leaving 2 stranded there in the bottom half of the first. It's Matt Baker on the bump. Faced all 9 batters there in the top half of the inning. 3 hits for Concordia on those 3 runs. 3 batters were walked. 2-1 your count. 2-2 your count. Baker gets him for out number 1. One out, your batter is Ethan Vosberg. Vosberg, who walked back in the first. Van Aker had a double back in the first. Both these players did score. Ball popped up. Frymuth underneath it for out number one. Blaine Milheim up now with 2 outs. 0-1's your count. That ball up and in. We're evened up at 1 apiece. Got 3 fields here at the World Baseball Academy, all 3 with lights. Catches the outside for strike 2. Two and 2 now to Blake Milheim. Had an RBI double in the first inning. Jack Harris camps underneath it. Route number 3. We're heading to the bottom of the second.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipster. Shot scores!
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
So here in the bottom of the second, it'll be Tanner Gaff to lead it off for St. Francis. Gaff pinch hit in game number 1 and was 0 for 1 with the strikeout. Down in this count, 0-1. It's that off-speed pitch by Grant Steinborn. It's ball 1. Steinborn, the junior lefty. That one smacked right at the second baseman for out number 1. That's Van Aker at second. That'll bring up the catcher, Jacob Nagy. Nagy in game number 1 was 0 for 1 with the strikeout. Pinch hitting for catcher Matt Ballmer. On one's account, Nagy. Pitch will miss low and inside. Jacob is a junior, a righty at 6'2", 230, Brunswick, Ohio. That pitch will miss high and outside. Cougars with 1 hit, 1 error so far in this game. That 1 hit was a David Snyder smash to left center field. Probably about 10 feet away from a home run. Snyder, though, rolling an ankle, rounding second base. He went out. He went back out in the field at the top of the second, but we'll see. It's so cold today, you wonder if he's going to be able to get back out there. 2-2 is your count. Nagy just beyond the outstretched reach of Lowe. So the Cougars get their second hit of the game, and it's by Nagy. Jacob. That'll bring up number 5, Jack Harris. Harris just 1 out and a runner at first base. Harris did not bat in game number 1. Steinborn now with 26 pitches under his belt. Jack entering today a 182 batting average, 2 hits and 11 ABs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Harris takes that first pitch for a strike. Jack is a junior outfielder. Throws right, bats left. 6'1", 190 from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Bishop Dwenger High School. Athletic player for Coach Butcher. That one hit right at the second baseman, Van Aker, but they will not be able to turn 2 as Harris quickly gets down the first base line. That was Mikael McCowan running it out to second. So Harris reaches on the fielder's choice for Justice Tussing. Swings at the first pitch. That is punched out into right field. And that's going to fall. Harris going to have to be held up at third. Cougars get their third hit of the game. Tussing just landed that where nobody else was. That's a double for Justice. That's going to bring up Brady Harris.
Bo, come here. You want me to hit for you so you can keep hitting warm? Oh, I'm on deck? Yeah. You want me to, yes or no? I need to know.
Oh's your count. That first pitch will miss for ball one. To Brady Harris. David Snyder getting his ankle wrapped up in ice. It's freezing out here.
Hombre, send that 2 out.
1-1 your count.
Hey, hombre, now go.
Now 1-2. Outfield. Shifted just a tad to the left for the righty Harris. Check swing there, he's safe. 2-2 now your count.
Go, Brady.
That pitch will miss upstairs, so a full count now. Brady Harris with 2 outs here and runners at second and third. David Snyder set to be on deck, but he is out of the rest of this game with that rolled ankle. That ball in the dirt. Bases are loaded now. For the batter, number 13, Tony Bova.
Yeah, you gotta tell him. Zach.
Tony Bova in game number 1. Was 0 for 2. Swing and a miss at that first pitch.
Come on, Bova, let's go, baby! You guys be here, let's go! Lucky 13! Come on, Bova! Oh, here we go, Concordia!
This is the number 2 spot.
Come on, Bova!
The ball popped up, Lowe's underneath it, and has it for out number 3. We head to the top of the third. Concordia up 6-0.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Welcome back to the World Baseball Academy. Still on the bump for St. Francis. It's Matt Baker. Matt Baker, the junior pitcher. All 6 runs given up came in the first inning. He settled down in the second inning and went 1-2-3, picking up his second strikeout of the game. Here he'll face Jordan Sherman, the freshman. Sherman walked and scored a run back in the first inning. That's a good-looking freshman right here. Still got to get his college strong on. Listed at 6'5", 195. He's got a lot of weight to pack on as we got a 1-1 count. That one's going to be fouled out of play. Talking with these guys, they got the bats these days can really absorb the shock in this cold. When I played, we had straight aluminum bats. And boy, if you hit it anywhere close to the handle, it stung so bad. Baker with his third strikeout. Route number 1. It's going to bring up Preston Sherman, who's batting in the 5 hole, the junior. Walked in a run in his first AB. That one's a big swing and a miss. Baker really starting to settle down here for St. Francis. Once again, good numbers coming into today under 5 innings pitched. That one's hit into the dugout. Hot potato, that one actually made it in. It's about the only spot that you could have got it into the dugout there, and it's about a 2-foot space. And the 0-2 now to Sherman. Swing and a miss. Route number 2, Baker is rolling. That'll bring up Chris Lowe. We're going to see about striking out the side here. Lowe flew out to left field on a sacrifice fly, his first AB for the pitcher. 0-1's your count, 2 outs. That ball, lazy fly ball into left field. Can Tussin get to it? No, it's Brady Harris. Oh, that ball's dropped. And the fire to second base. Bova with the tag. The third out. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Cougs down 6-0.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipscher. Shot scores!
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome back, everybody. We're in the bottom of the third inning, and leading it off for St. Francis will be number 23, Tyler Prince, who grounded out in his first AB. What a play on that last play that we saw. Actually, you guys weren't really able to see it, but Brady Harris running after that ball could not come up with it, and Justice Tussing charging in on the play, picks it up, and trying to stretch out the double was Chris Lowe, but he was thrown out at second base. Beautiful. 1-0 is your count. 2-0 now to Tyler Prince. Prince once again in game number 1, 2 for 4 with a run scored and 2 RBI. That'll be it. Grooved in there for a strike. Matt Baker now with 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, 5 earned runs, 6 runs total. And that's a rip into center field, a leadoff single for Tyler Prince.
Good job, Bake. Much better rhythm.
Hell of a lot more handsome people. Good with money. Good long-term investment if I'm out there in the game. Well, I gave both of them a jacket.
Your batter now after the single by Prince is Harold Wolf, the DH. He'll swing at that first pitch and foul it off. Wolf entering today's doubleheader, 250 batting average, 2 hits and 8 at-bats, 2 strikeouts, 0 walks. Wolf down 0-2 now. Once again, it's Grant Steinborn on the bump. 1-2 the count. Steinborn, 2 innings pitched, 43 pitches, 4 hits, 2 walks. 0 strikeouts for Steinborn in this game. 2-2 the count now to Wolf. Tyler Prince at first base. Wolf will foul that off the backstop. Another doubleheader scheduled for tomorrow, 1 p.m. start. Expecting rain tomorrow. Prince with a very small lead there at first.
We got D plus speed on the bag.
But Steinborn will check him at first. The 2-2, now to Wolf. Wolf doing a good job here, working this to a full count.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Wolf now at the full count. Prince at first. Another one fouled off the backstop. It's again Wolf 1 for 3 with an RBI and a walk in game number 1. Another one fouled right at the camera.
This guy wants it.
Will remain with the full count.
Our guy wants it.
Wolf, he also throws left. He's a lefty. Steinborn, big cut for Grant Steinborn. That's his first strikeout of the game. Out number one. That'll bring up Noah Frymuth. At the bottom of the third.
Here we go, baby! Let's go.
Frymuth popped out to the first baseman. Max Hecht in his first AB. Fouls off that first pitch.
Find a hole. Drive the ball.
0-1 the count to Frymuth. Just a junior for the Cougs. Another one fouled away. Cougars pretty aggressive at the plate here to start game number 2. USF currently sitting with 4 hits. Concordia with 4 as well. But the Cougars do have 1 error, and obviously Concordia racking up the 6 runs, 5 earned.
Hey, did they go get that one?
0-2 is your count to Frymuth. Prince back easily. St. Francis with the Crossroads League logo on the left sleeve. Do not see a logo for Concordia representing their conference. Good baseball conference is the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference.
What'd you do?
One and 2. Frymuth fights it off. Staying alive there at the dish. Noah, once again last year, the best batting average on the team, was named All Crossroads League. Frymuth last year batting .325, he and Tyler Prince, the only 2 batters hitting over 300 last year. Both were mentioned in the All Crossroads League awards. 1 and 2 still to Frymuth with 1 out. That one muscled, picked up by the third baseman. And they are going to say he's out, so Frymuth will reach safely on the fielder's choice. Making the play at third, Ethan Vosberg. So 2 gone. Frymuth at first for Tanner Gaff. Gaff grounded out to the second baseman in his first AB. In game number 1, struck out in his only AB. 1-0 is your count. One and one's the count to Gaff, entering today with a 200 batting average. .200 batting average, 1 of 5 at the plate with a run scored.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Go get it.
Fouled off the backstop. 1-2 the count. Cougars set to travel to Lindsey Wilson, Kentucky on Sunday. Next home match is scheduled for March the 19th against Madonna out of the Wolverine Hoosier. Then on the 21st against Siena Heights before the Crossroads League schedule starts. So we'll head to the top of the 4th inning. Concordia up 6-0.
Pick up Tanner.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Welcome in Maxwell Heck to lead it off, the first baseman. He had a RBI double back in the first inning. Then advanced on an E2. First pitch is a swing and a miss. Heck, just a freshman. Entering today with a 143 batting average, 1 hit, 2 runs scored, and 7 ABs. Oh, 2's your count. That one will miss upstairs. 1-2 now to Heck.
I want to. If you help me do my discussion board.
Gets him looking for the 5th strikeout of the game here. Matt Baker. Really starting to settle in here. That'll bring the plate Cole Southworth. Baker's only saw 3 hitters in the second and 3 in the third. First pitch swung on and popped up. Gaff chasing after it. It's sloppy over there. He's nearly almost able to pull that one in. That was the area where Matt Body, the left fielder for Concordia, dove after a ball in the first game and just came up pretty wet. That's why he's wearing a new uniform here in game number 2. He's on deck wearing number 72, my old baseball number, after Carlton Fisk. He was my favorite player when I was really, really young. First ever baseball game I saw was at the old Comiskey with Carlton Fisk. He wore 72 because when he got traded from the Red Sox to the White Sox, somebody already had 27, his number. Big cut there by the catcher, big Cole Southworth. See if Baker can pull up his 6th strikeout of the game here. Nope, that one popped up to Tussing in left field. Out number 2.
Yeah!
So Matt Baker really starting to settle down. Brings up Body, who struck out in his first AB. First pitch fouled off. Out of play for strike number 1. The 0-1 to Body. 0-2 now. Baker bringing the gas. Let's see what he's got here on the 0-2 with 2 outs. Body puts the head of the bat out there and makes connection. That's out number 3. Tony Bova coming up with it. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 4th.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel Project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Welcome back, everybody. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Up in Upland, Indiana, it's Taylor up 8-4 over the Lady Cougars. That's in the semifinal matchup of the Crossroads League tournament. Lady Cougars are right on the fringe of being able to make the national tournament heading to Sioux City, Iowa. A win today, and it seems like they're a lock to get in. A loss today, and it'll be really hard. Cougars fall into the 30th position in the last coach's top 25 poll. But you never know what's happening in other conference tournaments. Usually if the team that wins the regular season wins the conference tournament, they'll leave open more spots for the Lady Cougars to sneak in there. Leading off here, Jacob Nagy. He had a single in his first at-bat. Starts this one 1-0.
Stay up, let's go.
Starting to see the breath coming from everybody's mouth.
My GQ, let's go. GQ squad.
It's below freezing now. My toes are below freezing. It's actually listed at 32 degrees. Pitch misses low and inside. 2-1 your count.
Can't bleed!
Ball hit in the right field. And right off number 7's glove, Preston Sherman. That went off right off the front of his glove.
Nick, my bad, you're right there.
So Nagy reaches first on the E7. E9, excuse me. Brings up Jack Harris. It's the type of play that can get a team going.
Let's go, Mickey. Here you go, Jackie!
Jack reached on a fielder's choice and got all the way to third base, but could not come home for the score. 0-1 your count.
Here we go, Jack. Here we go, Jack. Michael. Come on, 5. Here we go, baby. Back! Back! Hey, did anybody go get that ball?
It's Michael McCown at first base, the pinch runner for Nagy, the courtesy runner. Great rule instituted by the NEIA so the catcher can get back in the dugout, get his equipment on, whatnot.
Good job.
Speed the game up just a little bit.
Come on, boys. Let's go. Right here.
Michael McCown is off. And they are going to call him out on the stolen base attempt. So 1 and 2 is your count with 1 out. Bases empty. Two balls, 2 strikes to Harris. Jack, your right fielder in today's game, number 2. Rips it right at low. It is not easy for these infielders fielding and throwing the ball in this weather. But Lowe knocked that one out. It's going to bring up Justice Tussing. Tussing had a double in his first AB, a ball that just dropped right in the middle of the second baseman and right fielder. 1-0 is your count.
It's big, it's big. Your pitch right here, 1-7. Come on, kid.
2-0's the count. 2 outs here at the World Baseball Academy. That ball ripped right at low.
No.
And that throw didn't look like the worst throw. Hecht had to dive for it, but his foot stayed on the bag and it went right underneath his glove. So Hecht could have gotten that throw. By the way, Tussing's at first base. Not sure what the official score was on that last play. We'll see if we can find it for you. Batter now is Brady Harris. With Tussing at first.
You're wearing down our ankles.
Hey, good off-speed count. Find it. Find a way. DVR. Hey, you're on it.
Ball fouled off, so 1-1 now your count. They're going to call an error on the shortstop on that last ball, that last AB. 1-1 to count. I feel you. The throw did pull the first baseman off, but I thought that first baseman should have came up with that ball. Looked like it went right under his glove. He was fully stretched out, though. But it wasn't for a lack of reach. I'll say that. 2 outs. Tussing is off and running. That's a stolen base. Beat that one easily. 2-1 your count.
Hi now, Brett.
Tussing, that's his first stolen base on the season. So that's grooved in there. 2-2 your count.
Come on, Brady. Battle, baby. Come on, Brady. Come on, Brady. Go, kid. Come on, Brady. Come on, Brady. Here we go, Brady.
Pitch misses low and outside. It's a full count now to Brady Harris, the leadoff hitter. Tony Bova on deck. Harris now playing shortstop. Swing and a miss. That is just the second strikeout in this game for Grant Steinborn. We head to the top of the 5th.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipscher. Shot scores!
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Concordia, 6 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors. St. Francis, 0 runs on 4 hits and 1 error. Leading it off. For Concordia is Van Aker, their leadoff hitter. Baker gave up 6 runs in the first while facing all 9 batters. Has only faced 9 batters the last 3 innings. Really coming into his own here. Currently sitting with 5 strikeouts is Baker. 1-1's a count. fouled away. 1-2 now. Two balls, 2 strikes. Van Aker. Here in the freezing cold. Just telling those guys, at least they get to move around. So draw on the walk is going to be Van Aker. For Baker, that's his first walk since the first inning. And he had 3 walks in the first inning alone. Baker, 5 strikeouts, 5 walks, 5 earned runs, 4 hits. 70 pitches now for Matt Baker through 4 innings. Ball ripped right at Harris. Flips it over to Bova for out number 1. Fosberg at first base. That brings up Blaine Milheim, center fielder, with 1 out. And Baker's going to leave. We'll be right back with you to see who the new pitcher is going to be.
Sports medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, you know, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include
We are back, everybody. That new pitcher is Kyle Zabarski for St. Francis, a 20.25 ERA. In 1.1 innings pitched, he's given up 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 of those earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 1 home run. And he gone. Nice play there by Jacob Nagy, the catcher.
Oh, yes, Z!
So Vosberg gets thrown out.
Oh, yeah!
0-2 is the count to Milheim.
Hey, where'd Dane go? Okay, I need you to ask him a question. I need you to ask him, like, if I go Zabarski and let him take a 6 and let Sully take a 7, ask him if he could go, like, if he could close the door and start on Sunday. Okay, I'll let you know. So, Butch, 1 inning tops on Sunday? Yes. Tomorrow.
A swing and a miss. Zabarski gets his first strikeout of the game.
Tell Sully if he can do
We'll head to the bottom of the 5th.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Crawl.
Shot hits the post, and the centering feed to Luke Knipster, shot scores!
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
So Kyle Zabarski picks up his first strikeout of the game. Here in the bottom of the 5th, we're going to lead it off with Bova, Prince, and Wolf. New pitcher for Concordia is number 37, Adam Willinger, senior, 6'4", 210. Willinger entering today. He has not pitched yet on the season. No stats recorded for him. First pitch will be a ball to Bova.
Let's go! Let's go, Tony!
Willinger last year an 8.9 ERA in 30.1 innings pitched. Gave up 3 home runs last year in 30 innings. Bova popped out to the shortstop in his first AB. 2-0. That catches the outside corner. 2-1 now your count.
Here we go, Tony! Here we go, baby!
Nice bunt by Bova. That's going to be trouble. Leadoff runner aboard. Tony Bova with the perfect bunt. Tyler Prince now your batter. Prince, 1 for 2 in this game, had a single in his last at bat.
Hey, you spit on it. You don't like it, spit on it, whatever. You find a hole out there.
0-1's your count, and the wind's starting to pick up a little bit.
Hey, go 2-3, go! Be a dog up there, 2-3.
1-1 now the count to Prince.
Hey, pull the pitch, CP, pull the pitch, baby. Come on, Prince, come on, baby.
Check swing. They're going to say he went. So 1-2 now the count for Tyler Prince.
Here you go, Tyler. He ain't got nothing on you.
It's against Adam Willinger, the new pitcher. Senior righty, 6'4", 210 from Flat Rock, Michigan. Prince with the check swing. He's good to go there. 2-2 the count.
Come on, Prince! Come on, baby! All right, here goes the 2-3.
Bova at first base. Stolen base threat, and he's off. Hitting runs on, but that's a foul ball.
There you go, hustle.
It's a hit off Prince, I believe.
Find a way. Find a way. Find a way.
Prince sitting with a 2-2 count, working against Adam Willinger.
Here you go, TP.
That'll miss outside. Full count now to Prince. Tyler in game number 1, 2 for 4 with 1 run and 2 RBI. Did have a strikeout in that one. So they'll send Bova back to first. Cougs currently out hitting Concordia 5-4. Concordia with the 2 errors, 1 more than St. Francis as well. That ball picked up by the third baseman, goes over to second. So that was a good play there by Ethan Vosberg, getting the force out at first. So Prince will reach first on the fielder's choice. Brings up Harold Wolf.
A lot of baseball, boys. Let's go. Stay up. Stay up. Hey, let's go, Harold. Come on. Chip away. Let's try to get a couple this inning.
Wolf down in the count 0-1. With Prince at first. That'll miss high and outside for ball 1.
Stay dynamic. We're too static. Come on, Wolfie!
Wolf with the swing and a miss cut, 1 and 2 your count. Wolf once again listed as a junior. That'll miss low and outside for ball 2.
Good DVR here, Princey. You never know. Good DVR. Stay balanced. Come on, big boy. Stay dynamic.
That ball's drilled into left center field, and that is going to be trouble as Prince stopped halfway. So that'll be a single. It's hard all the way around for these players on defense. Cougars now with 6 hits. Prince at second base for Noah Frymuth. Just 1 out with runners at first and second.
Stay within yourself, Fry. Come on. Hey, let's go, Fry.
First pitch in for a strike to Frymuth. Willinger now with 16 pitches under his belt, has given up just the 1 hit. And this
go to work.
1/3 of an innings pitched. Steinborn went 4 innings, 78 total pitches with 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks for Steinborn. We're evened up at 1 apiece to Noah Frymuth. Noah 0 for 1 in this game, did reach on a fielder's choice back in the 3rd.
Come on, Fry, let's go, baby!
One and 2's your count. The 1-2 is ripped right beyond the outstretched hand of Lowe and misplayed by the center fielder. So coming home to score the first run for St. Francis will be Tyler Prince.
Let's chip, baby. Let's chip. Let's go.
Frymuth getting the RBI. We got an E8 there and a single.
Safe spot. Come on, Tanner. Hey, pull the pin.
Chip away. Let's go. Chip away.
Your batter now is Tanner Gaff.
Let's straight roll, baby. Let's go.
One out, runners at first and second. Oh, one's your count.
Come on, boys. We have an opportunity. Let's go. Let's take advantage of it.
Come on, Tanner. Come on,
This is Tanner Gaff for your Cougars. Tanner 0 for 2 in this game. Grounded out and flew out. He was 0 for 1 in game number 1 with just one AB.
Let's go. Come on, Tanner. Come on, Tanner. Let's get it. Get it in there.
1 and 2 now to Gaff with 1 out.
Come on. Hey, keep fighting up there, Tanner. Come on. Hey, find the hole. Any way on, baby. Let's go. Come on, Tanner. Let's go.
That ball ripped down the left field line by Gaff. Coming home to score is going to be Harold Wolf for the second run of the game. An RBI single by Tanner Gaff.
Hey, keep fighting. Let's go. Keep fighting. Hey, good ball, Gaff. Come on. Keep fighting. Hold the situation. Come on, man. One at a time. Keep fighting.
Frymuth now at second, Gaff at first.
Safe spot. He's shaking right there. He's real cold.
Almost like David better when he's playing out there.
Come on, Nagy. Come on, baby. 2 buttons. Come on, Nagy, here we go, baby! Home, Nagy!
Batter now is Nagy. Hits it right at low, and that's going to be a double play.
Let's go! Let's go! Good job! Good fight! Good fight, boys! Keep working hard! Good fight! Nagy, you gotta go. You got 2 minutes. Let's go.
We'll be right back.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Welcome back, everybody, here in the top of the 6. It's going to be Jordan Sherman, Preston Sherman, Chris Lowe for Concordia. Concordia 6-4-4, 6 runs, 4 hits, 4 errors, 2-7-1 for St. Francis. I don't know if it's the cold, but I don't know how much better we're going to get with this camera. So that'll work. Sherman walked and scored a run in his first AB, struck out in his last at-bat. Swings at that first one. Will be picked up by Prince for the unassisted out. Your pitcher is number 22, Kyle Zabarski.
My baby, Tyler! My baby!
Kyle's a senior out of Willoughby, Ohio. Came to us from Lakeland Community College. That'll bring up Preston Sherman. Again, you got Brady Harris playing shortstop here for injured David Snyder. Bova at second. Good swing and a miss. 1-1's your count. That ball popped right up to Zabarski for out number 2. That'll bring the plate Chris Lowe, the shortstop. I know the players are just as cold as I am. The only difference is I haven't had a chance to move. My feet are completely frozen. We have a pinch hitter coming up. The manager with some words for Lowe. Manager for Concordia, Zach Johnston, the 2010 graduate from Concordia in his 5th season there. I have not seen Concordia's baseball facilities. I have seen Cornerstone's, and wow. Cornerstone's baseball facility, it's like the Grace College Lancers basketball arena. I mean, a miniature version of what you'd find in the pros. Second one popped out to Harris in right field. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th with the Cougars down by 4.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And the center feed to Luke Knipster. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome back, folks. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning here. Leading off for Concordia.
Fighting. Let's go.
It's going to be Jack Harris, Justice Tussing, and Brady Harris.
Hey, be smart up there, Jackie.
Just talked with David Snyder. He's doing okay. Probably not going to be able to play tomorrow. Just going to have to rest that ankle. It's a rolled ankle, so it'll be swelled a little bit. Plus, with this cold. Brady Harris hasn't seen too much action at shortstop since Snyder's left. We do have a new pitcher, though. It is number 34, Billy Blair, sophomore, 6'2", 210 pounds. St. Charles, Michigan. Blair enters today with a 9 ERA, giving up 1 hit and 1 run scored in 1 innings pitched. Blair is a sophomore at 6'2".
All right, Jackie, let's go, baby, yeah!
0-1's your count to Jack Harris.
Let's go, baby! Yeah! Good on, baby, good on!
1-1 now to Jack Harris. Lady Cougar basketball team currently in action at Taylor in the semifinals, and it is a back-and-forth game with St. Francis and the number 8 ranked Taylor University Trojans.
Come on, Jackie, let's go, baby!
1-2 now your count.
Let's go!
Excuse me, 2-1.
Come on, Jack, let's go! I can't. Yeah!
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what good players do.
Harris reached on a fielder's choice back in the 2nd and grounded out in the 4th.
Hey, baby, keep fighting, Jack! Keep fighting, Jack! Hey, let's go! Stay true, let's go! Hey, let's go! Lee's falling off, baby! Let's go! Come on, Jackie! Here we go, baby!
2-2 count now to Harris.
Come on, Jack! Oh, yeah, Jack! Keep fighting, baby! Let's go!
Full count now to Harris.
You gotta love his eyes! Come on, baby! Let's go, Jack!
St. Francis out hitting Concordia 7-4 in this matchup. And on the bump, once again, is number 34, Billy Blair.
Come on, Jack! Win the battle! Yeah!
As Harris will foul that one away. These composite bats.
Come on, Jackie, the lead's falling.
So it's basically like playing with a wood bat.
Falling on, Jack! Let's go,
Doesn't have the pop that those aluminum bats did.
Come on, Jack! Anyway on, Jackie! Yeah!
So Harris with the lead-off walk. That'll bring up to the plate Justice Tussing.
Jack, oh my God! Would you look at his eyes? Yeah!
This flickering is funny. In between innings, there's a lot of people right out in front here. The flickering starts going crazy. Right now it's doing all right.
Back! Oh! Back! Back! Hey, look alive over there, Jack! Look alive!
Tussing reached on an E6 back in the 4th, had a double back in the 2nd inning.
Okay, that's all right.
Swing and a miss inside for strike one.
Good cut, Tuss. Let's go, baby. He's going to need it. Let's give him one. Come on, one. Whoa! Whoa! That was close. Jack, I don't know if that's his best. Come on, Tuss. Come on, baby. Good. Outside. Hey, baby, good on. Yeah.
The count's evened up at 1 apiece.
Yeah.
To Justice Tussing. Your left fielder did not play in game number 1.
Oh! Hey, Jack, be careful. You might lazily throw it over there again. Stay up. Good job. Come on, Tuss!
Rowdy here in the Cougar dugout.
Yeah!
That pitch will miss. Low and outside, 2-1 your count.
Whoa! Let's go! Come on, Tuss! Come on, Tuss! Come on, Tuss! Let's go, baby! Come on, 1-7! Tuss, he walked the last guy. He did.
Blair now with 7 pitches under his belt since coming into this game.
You guys see that? When his shoulder drops, he goes. I'm not even worried a little bit. Are you worried? No! Good! Let's go then! Let's go! Anyway on, Tuss! Anyway on! Short enough, baby! Let's go! Come on, Tuss! Come on, baby! Come on, baby! Yeah! Oh! 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 Oh, he didn't like that! Oh!
Full count now to Justice Tussing.
It turned out the last pitch was a little outside. Whoa! Let's go, Tuss! Whoa! Whoa!
Some of the Michigan folks there brought their own tent.
Whoa!
They're tearing that down. Looks like they might be packing it up.
Hey, he's got wicked pick off. Come on, keep fighting, Tuss. Keep fighting, baby. Let's go. Here we go.
That's going to be low. Second walk here. Cougs with runners at first and second base. The leadoff batter, Brady Harris. Brady 0 for 2 in this game with a walk.
Hey, is he rattling or is he shivering? Rattling! I think it's both. Whoa! Woo! Come on, Brady! Hey, he looks a little rattled. He looks a little rattled.
Harris started this game at second base, now playing shortstop. We have Bova at second.
2 in a row. Be careful. Hey, don't stop. Don't stop. Come on, 2-0! Come on, Brady! Good.
First pitch low in the zone for a strike.
Extend your secondary when that foot hits. Hey, Brady, you threw a strike. Hey, David, same spot. Same spot. Here we go! Come on, Brady! You strung him a strike. Here we go, Brady. Come on, 2-0.
Which catches the zone for strike 2. 0-2 count now to Harris with runners at first and second. Justice Tussing at first, Jack Harris at second. So there are definitely a lot of speed on the base pass. One was fouled off of Harris.
He's got it all right. We're going to leave him out there a little longer. Here we go. Come on, fight it. Let's go. Come on, Brady. Let's go! Come on, B.S. Let's go, baby. Come on, 2-0. James, say something.
Billy Blair on the bump. He's a junior. The 0-2. Now the 1-2.
Brandon, here we go! Come on, Brady! Come on, Brady! Let's go, 2-0!
Blair, the righty. Check swing. Gets it. So Harris goes down looking for out number 1. That'll bring up Bova, who's 1 for 2 in this game with a single back in the 5th. Eight o'clock here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. First pitched in there for strike 1.
Come on, Bo! Here we go, Tony!
These two squads will match up again tomorrow as well. I don't know how they save all these arms. Cougars scheduled to travel to Kentucky to take on Lindsey Wilson on Sunday. Good bunt. Blair mishandles it. Hard Gardner Field in this cold. I believe they're going to have to call E1 on that one, so bases are loaded for Tyler Prince.
That's what I'm talking about! Oh. I'm like 2 walks from there. Is that a good inning? Hey, it's okay. PFPs, baby. Gotta have them. Here we go.
That was an error. So that would be the 5th error of the game here for Concordia. Concordia with more errors than hits and still winning by 4.
It's the basics of the game. Here we go, TP.
First pitch is in for a strike to Prince.
Where'd it go? Come on, Tyler. Good! Hey, that ball's in the dirt. You can't hit that. It's a dirty ball. It's a dirty ball. Someone wipe it off. It's not clean.
That isn't.
It's not clean. It hits the ground.
Sit-ins.
You can't hit a dirty baseball. Come on, TP. Come on, baby. Come on, 2-3. Come on, baby. Whoa! Chris Count getting up there, huh? One in. Two people in the back.
2 balls, 1 strike.
He's struggling with strikes. Everyone knows it. Come on,
Count.
TP.
Tyler Prince with bases loaded. Just 1 out. 1 swing in the bat to tie this game up. Prince will check that one. And they're going to call that a strike on the outside corner. 2-2 now the count.
Stay back now. Come on. Find a way. Find a way. Shorten up anyway, RTP. Base knock. Here we go. Here we go. Tater tot. Come on, TP. Come on, TP.
So the 2-2 to Prince.
Tater tot.
Lady Cougar basketball team down 49-38 right now. As that pitcher this low and outside. We'll see if Billy Blair here can't walk in a run for the Cougs. Cougs got 2 runs in the 5th. 1 from Prince and 1 from Wolf.
We're getting deep in the TP. Keep it up, baby. Keep battling. We're getting deep in the keep battling, TP. And he's struggling. Come on, baby. He's shivering.
Full count to Prince with just one out. That'll miss inside. Coming home to score for St. Francis is Jack Harris.
Oh boy, Jackie! God, he's rattled.
Bases will remain full.
Let's go! That's too easy.
Conference on the mound. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with you.
Sports medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance.
Okay, so the batter now is Wolf after the walk by Prince, and he's got bases juiced. Squad only down by 3.
Come on, Harry! Come on, Harry! Whoa. Hey, that's big! What the fuck? Come on, Harry! Come on, Harry! Let's go, baby!
0-1 is your count to Wolf. 0-2 now. Still bases loaded.
Good battle, boys.
Grand slam here, and the Cougars take the lead 7-6.
Hey. Come on, Harry! Come on, baby! Let's go! Come on, baby! Let's go, Harry!
The Wolf's going to go down, looking for out number 2. That'll bring up Noah Fryman. Noah, 1 for 2 in this game.
Come on, Fry! Go, Fry! Hey, stay up, boys, stay up. Come on, Fry! Come on, Fry! Come on, Fry! Good! Yeah! Yeah! Find a way! Find a way! No, find a way! Come on!
What, just good games?
Here we go, Fry! Come on, baby! Go, Fry! Go, 3! Okay.
Counts evened up at 1-1 now to Frymouth.
Hey, short up, baby! Come on, stay within yourself. You got
Cougars here cannot leave 3 stranded.
All the confidence in the world, baby!
They want to win this game. Got a pinch runner in for Prince at first base. Just a little bit late on the cut by Frymouth.
Come on, Noah, fight, baby! Fight!
Noah was 0 for 4 with the strikeout in game 1.
Come on, Fry!
That'll miss outside. We're evened up at 2 apiece.
Sit-ins! You got to score on a double! You have to score on a double!
Hey, hello!
You got to expect it, Jordan. You got to expect to score on a double.
Hey, hum now! Fry, keep fighting, baby! Keep fighting! Let's go! Let's go!
Slow roller to low. Comes up firing to first for out number 3. We head to the top of the 7th. Concordia up 6-3 over your Cougars.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education, but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome back, everyone, here in the top of the fifth. Still on the bump for St. Francis, Kyle Zabarski, number 22. No, excuse me, it's a new pitcher. It's number 21. That's Caden Sullivan. Sullivan, who started at third base in game number 1. It's Gaff at third now for St. Francis. Caden has given up only 1 hit in 1 innings pitched, 0 runs. It's going to be Max Heck to lead it off, the first baseman. He had an RBI double back in the first. It's 1 for 2. Struck out looking in his last at-bat. Caden, just a sophomore. We'll see what he can bring against these Cardinals here. Just about everybody's ready for this to be over with. It's so close. First pitch is a strike. Everybody but the Cougs. Cougs been cheering their hearts out. Had bases loaded with just 1 out and left them stranded. Two and 1 now your count. Heck takes that one inside for 3-1 count. This kid is only a freshman. Maxwell Heck, 6'4", 210. He doesn't look like a freshman. You see him next to his teammates. He looks like one of the older guys.
Hey, Cade, you're a good kid.
Heck draws the walk to lead off the top of the 7th.
2-1. Get a ground ball here.
Brings up. It's like a pinch hitter. I don't think that's Cole Southworth. Southworth was 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. That's number 18 for Concordia. Justin Mercer, who caught in game 1. Taylor University currently up 54-48 over the University of St. Francis Lady Cougars with 4:55 left to play in the 4th quarter. That's the Crossroads League Tournament semifinal game. No double elimination in the basketball tournament. Only the baseball and the softball. Bunt. Hard bunt right over to Gaff for out number 1. Heck is going to advance to second.
Jackie, I see you hustling!
That brings up Matt Body. Body, the left fielder for the Cardinals. Freezing out here. 6'3", top of the 7th. First pitch will miss upstairs for ball 1. Heck trying to take third and does. Ball into the outfield. Tussing. He'll just... Concordia up 7-3. Two. Oh, is your count. Two one. Now your count. Body. Cougars pick up their second error of the game. That ball's drilled into right. Harris underneath it. Out number 2. 2 gone. That brings up Van Aker, the leadoff hitter. Aker walked back in the 5th. He's 1 for 2 in this game with a strikeout and a double and a run scored. Bunt's pulled back, but it'll be a called strike. 0-2's your count. Ball in the dirt. Good block there by catcher Jacob Nagy. Nagy is a junior for the Cougars. Ballmer is senior. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs near the top of the 7th. This game looks like it'll be finishing up a little bit before 9. The 2-2 from Sullivan. Another one in the dirt. Sullivan just came in this inning with one walk, a ground out and a fly out. That walk also scored a run. That ball, that's a fair ball down the left field line. That was actually number 26, Van Aker, and he's gone, trying to head to second base after the single. We head to the bottom of the seventh, last chance for the Cougs, down by 4.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipscher. Shot scores!
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
You're in third place. You're pretty far in third place.
So leading off here for the Cougs will be number 25, Tanner Gaff. Catcher Jacob Nagy on deck, number 12. Gaff takes that first pitch for a strike. Lady Cougars are now within 3 points, 59-56. Against number 8 ranked team in the country, Taylor University. That game is going down to the buzzer. 1-1's your score here, or your count here. "47 seconds left.
Come on, Tanner!
Once again, it's Gaff getting the start at third base here in game number 2 for the Cougs. Checks that one low and inside.
I like your eyes. Hey, sir, you got beautiful eyes.
I like your eyes, Tanner.
I can't believe they put that kid back on the mound. Come on, Tanner, let's go, baby, let's go, Gaff! Oh, yeah!
Come now, come now.
Come on, Tanner!
Come on, Gaffer.
Swing and a miss for out number 1. Gaff just his first strikeout of the game. Had the RBI single back in the 5th inning. Bring up the catcher, Jacob Nagy. Nagy had a single back in the 2nd inning. 1-0 is the count. It's Jacob. Ooh. Ball inside, nearly caught a piece of the jersey.
Nick's got to be ready. Find a way, boys. Find a way. Let's go. Push. Nick or me? I'll go Nick. I'll stay ready.
3-0 is your count. Whoa! Up and in, called for a strike. 3-1's your count.
Anyway on, Nagy, anyway on, baby, come on! Yeah!
That one misses the inside corner. Looked pretty close to the previous pitch. Either way, Nagy's going to take first on the walk. That's going to bring up Jack Harris, the right fielder. Jack walked and scored a run back in the 6th. USF Lady Cougars now just down by 1 with 20 seconds remaining in that game. Holy cow. Here at the World Baseball Academy, it's Billy Blair on the bump.
See, I knew it. I knew it.
We got a pinch runner in for St. Francis, number 54. Nick Zarzicki, senior.
Come on, Jackie!
That ball, slow roller over to low. It's going to be trouble.
Good nighty, Jack! Good nighty, Jack!
So Zarzicki makes it all the way to second. Harris at first after the single. Cannot sit back and let the ball come to you when Harris is on the base pass. That'll bring up Michael McCowan to bat for Justice Tussing. Tussing had reached base in all 3 ABs. Was left stranded at third base back in the 6th. He had a double in the 2nd. McCowan was 0 for 2 in game number 1 with 2 strikeouts. Here with just 1 out. That first pitch misses upstairs for ball 1.
Come on, Mikhail! Come on, baby, let's go!
The 1-0 from Billy Blair. Catches the inside corner. We're evened up at 1 apiece. Still runners at first and second. Game-tying runs on deck. That'd be Brady Harris.
Eddie! Eddie! Where do you put my batting glove?
Hey, somebody on it. Anybody on it?
Hey, let's go, Rowdy. Hey, let's go, Rowdy.
1-2 is your count.
Come on! Come on, Mikhail, let's go! 6! Come on, baby, let's go! Come on, Mikhail, anyway off, baby, find a way, fight!
2-2 now the count with 1 out.
Come on, Mickey, let's go! Come
That ball, shallow left field. Route number 2. Making the grab, the left fielder, Matt Body. Two gone for Brady Harris, leadoff hitter.
David! 2 buttons in his hit! 2 buttons in his hit!
Ooh, first pitch is up and in. For ball 1.
2 buttons in his hit! 2 buttons in his hit!
They just turned it over.
Come on, Brady! Fight! Fight, baby! There you go! Yeah!
2-0's the count to Harris. Struck out looking in his last AB.
2 buttons in! 2 buttons in! Hey, let's go give me a nice little cold shot, Brady. Give me a cold shot. Come on, Brady. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Come on, Brady! Come on, baby! Fight! Let's go, 2-0! Yeah!
Right down the pipe. Guess that'll miss outside then. 3-1's your count. Big cut there by Harris. Full count with 2 outs. Runners at first and second.
Everybody, let's go! Come on, Brady! Come on, Brady! Everything you got, Brady, everything! Come on, fight, Brady, fight! Come on,
The ball hit right at third baseman. Nice scoop by the freshman at first base. And that will do it, folks. Concordia wins it 7-3 over your Cougars.